Good morning and welcome everyone to Creative Living Fellowship's online Sunday service, and happy holidays. Please join me in our opening song, Use Me. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God was the sun, God is the sun, and God's so much more than the earth and the stars and all of creation. God is creator, all in all, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you, so use me. Oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do.
Sending lots of love and blessings to you, CLF.
Good morning, beautiful expressions of the universe.
Hello, CLF. Stay safe.
Hola, CLF.
I love you, CLF.
Good morning, and good morning to our youth ministry. It's always so good to see all of you and to hear you say that you love us. We love you also. Good morning to all of you out there who are visiting with us today on our last Sunday before Christmas online Sunday service. It is wonderful to have you here with us. I'm the Reverend Dr. Sherry F. McCreary. I'm the senior minister here at Creative Living Fellowship, and I really am happy that you decided to spend this Sunday morning with us. I know that you had a lot of options and you chose to come and spend this time with us, and we're really happy about that. We are a religious science church and teaching center, and we welcome all paths that lead to truth. Our vision here is to be a community of care, connection, and creation that opens hearts and incubates dreams. And we do that through the principles and practices of the science of mind. We have two practitioners who are holding the high watch for us today. They are Reverend Joyce Buchers and Carrie Sherman. And what that means is that they're sitting in meditation and prayerful contemplation, just holding a space for whatever it is we may be moving through at this time and for the perfect unfolding of this service this morning. So thank you very much, Carrie. Thank you very much, Reverend Joyce. Our Sunday service team today are, as usual, are Nicole Jordan and Deb Covington. Deb is also our song leader, as you know. And we have our music director, David Panessa. It's always so good to have all of them here with us. And of course, our tech team is Reverend Mary Jane Hyde and Fran Peck, practitioners both they are. Our musical inspiration today is favorite friend, Darius Lux, who's back with us. It's really exciting to have him back with us at this holiday season, this holiday time. He'll be with us in a few minutes, but right now we're going to have Nicole bring us the announcements. And following the announcements, there will be a brief gong wash. And after the gong wash, there will be a few moments of silence. And then practitioner Rhonda Emmerich will bring us our reading and our opening prayer. But first, here's Nicole.
Good morning, Creative Living Fellowship. I'm so happy to be here to be bringing you today's announcements. And let's get started. Don't meditate alone. Meditate with us. Join us for midday meditation at noon, Monday through Thursday in sacred practice. You can join us in Zoom, or we are still live streaming to Facebook if you prefer to participate that way. Get your community, care, and connection on with your CLF family and Reverend Sherry every Tuesday as she hosts a Zoom meeting at 6:30 p.m. This week, Reverend Sherry will be leading Conscious Conversation. If you would like to suggest a conversation topic or activity, please send an email to connect@creativelivingfellowship.com. We look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Our Christmas Eve service is on Thursday this year at 6 p.m. Join us for a wonderful night filled with beautiful music featuring Charity Lockhart, Adam Smith, Glenn Swain, Kristen Planbeck, and Kit Holmes. And yes, we will have the candle lighting service for you. So for your participation in that, please have a candle ready to be lit during that portion of our service. And if you're in Zoom, make sure that your camera ready so that everybody who's watching through our live streams can see your wonderful light. And then on Thursday, December 31st at 5 a.m., join our practitioners and ministers in Zoom as we pray with millions of others around the world and participate in the most comprehensive prayer activity in affirmation of peace, love, forgiveness, and understanding. This is a Zoom-only event, so save the link to your calendar because we all know that at dark 30 in the morning, we won't be able to find those Zoom links. Remember, you can text to give to make your contributions to CLF. Simply text the amount you'd like to give to 602-610-1868. If it is your first time donating through text to give, you'll be sent a link to set up your account, and then it's as easy as texting the amount you would like to tithe to 602-610-1868. So CLF is a tithing church, which means that we tithe off of your tithes. Our third quarter tithe of $4,491.57 went to St. Mary's Food Bank, and we are currently tithing to YWCA for our fourth quarter tithes. And speaking of those tithes, our quarterly tithes, we're looking for more nonprofits to send our next quarterly tithe to. So if you have a nonprofit that you would like to nominate, please use the link found in the comments submitted to submit your recommendation. And you need to submit a form. An email to me doesn't count. Our Sunday prayer room is available to you after service today. There's no reason to miss out on your post-service prayer stop with a practitioner. Technology enables us to continue to provide so many services to you, especially this important one. So immediately after service, head on over to the designated Zoom link and let our licensed practitioners hold the truth for you no matter what you're going through and offer you support through spiritual mind treatment and using spiritual practices. You are put in a private Zoom room with the practitioner, so your prayers are completely private After service, we have Sunday fellowship too. Join Jeannie Sovereigns in Facebook Messenger chat from 11:15 to 12:15 and hang out, discuss the service, what your plans are for the holidays, or whatever else is on your mind. And today, your children are invited to join our youth ministry for our Zoom lesson at 12 p.m. Lessons are focused on nurturing their spirituality and science of mind practices. Weekly topics are inspired by Reverend Sherry's themes and include social emotional, growth mindset, and mindfulness practices. You can find the details for all of our events with their links on our website under events, under our Facebook events, posted in the comments, or in your weekly newsletter. And that is it for today's announcements. It is now time to move on to our gong wash, followed by a moment of silence.
Our reading this morning is from the December 11th reading in 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. Today, I will walk in the light, and my consciousness will be illuminated. The sun shall no more go down, neither shall the moon withdraw itself. For the Lord shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Isaiah 60:20. Who uses well his light, reverting to its source so bright, will from his body ward all blight. Tao Te Ching. There are so many illustrations of the sacred text of the world relating to the light. The spirit is thought of as being the essence of light. People are spoken of as being the candles of the Lord. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness comprehendeth it not. That is, the darkness has no power over light. Light will overcome darkness, but darkness cannot overcome light. When Isaiah said that the Lord shall be the everlasting light, he meant that there is a light within us, the light of truth, of spirit, of God, that cannot set, cannot be obliterated, cannot be blown out. The candle of the Lord, burns forever because its wick is sunk deep in the wellspring of reality. That light, that spring, that substance to which Jesus referred when he told the woman at the well that ever she drank from that, she would never thirst again. It is no wonder that the woman asked him to give her of this water that she might no longer be compelled laboriously to draw from the fountain that can become depleted. Today, I will walk in the light and my consciousness will be illuminated. My thoughts will be guided and my way guarded. For I know that in my light there is no darkness. In this divine light, there are no shadows. So as we continue in this sacred space, we recognize that there is just one light, and that one light illuminates every part of creation, every being. That light illuminates every situation, every circumstance. It shines through every relationship. And as I know that that light is shining as me here and now, I know that that light is shining brightly as each and every being that is listening here on the service and beyond, knowing that we are all one. We are divinely connected. And for this, in gratitude, I speak my word into the law. I speak it boldly with authority, knowing, claiming, and accepting the perfect divine unfoldment of this service. I bless in each and every congregant. I speak a special word of blessing for Reverend Sherry, knowing that she is blessed, that each word that she speaks is the word of that divine light. And for that, I am grateful. I send blessings out across our planet to each and every person, those teachers and seekers of truth, regardless of what religious affiliation they claim, whatever faith tradition they support, knowing that we are all one. And I bless our world, each and every citizen of our planet. I bless every citizen of our country, knowing that where there is the appearance, the false appearance of separation, that we are one. And for that, I am grateful. I am grateful for the words that are spoken, knowing that they are the words of the one. And as I release this prayer into the law, I do it knowing that the law always says yes. I release, I let it go. And so it is. And now I would like to welcome Darius Lux as our special music.
We're definitely living during times where the choice has never been more obvious that we should all be choosing love. Oh, yeah. So many choices in the world today. Too many things can blow your mind. And if you're needing just simple truth to see you on your way, remember, choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light, and choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light, and choose love. Life is a game that we're all free to play. You can hold it down or let it breathe. And if you're looking for a simple song to sing along the way, together choose love, choose love, choose love and keep on shining a light and choose love, choose love, choose love and keep on shining a light and choose love. Only love can move mountains, only love can lead the way. Love is always forgiveness, so make that choice right here today. Choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light and choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light and choose love, choose love, choose love, and keep on shining a light and choose love, 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 choose love, and keep on shining a light and choose love.
Thank you so much, favorite friend, Darius Lux. Choose love. How awesome is that message? Choose love. And that's a message for all of us at this time and throughout our lives. Choose love. And so let's take a breath together. Darius will be back with us during the offering time. We're glad to have him back here today. And right now we're going to move into this part of our service where we're talking this month about let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace on earth. That's our theme for the month. And I wish I could see everybody so I can say how many people are committed to that 100% commitment to peace this month that I had asked you at the beginning of the month to be committed, 100% committed to peace. And I see a couple of people with Post-it notes on their heads I can see on the Zoom. And I'm really excited about that. It's really great that you are committed to peace. And if you haven't started yet, you can start right now. And if you fell off the wagon, the good thing about the wagon is you can always get back on one and fasten your seatbelts when you get back on. So choose love, choose peace. That's what we're choosing this month. We're choosing peace. We're choosing peace. We're choosing to allow peace to begin with each one of us. And there's so many ways that we, as we know, that we can do that. Today, I'm talking about a beacon of light, a beacon of light, a beacon of light. You know, when we move into that place of light, that light is a part of the peace. This is a part of the peace that we can experience just from being in the light, being a part of the light, following the light. And that's what I'm encouraging us to do today. You know, this season is a time of the season of light, the season of love, the season of peace, the season of joy. That's what we think about when we think about this Christmas season. And even though that's traditionally what we think of when we think about the Christmas season, the holiday season, light, love, peace, joy, we don't always experience that. Everybody doesn't always experience those qualities. And we recognize that this can be a time when there's a lot of sadness, particularly in the things that we are experiencing in our world today, in the world of facts today. We have a raging pandemic. We have a lot of losses that have been happening, loss of life, loss of loved ones, loss of jobs, loss of income, loss of community, a sense of loss of connection. And, you know, in all of that, in the midst of all of that, there's that beacon of light, that beacon of light. You know, a beacon is a guidepost. A beacon is usually on a tower, it's high on a hill, so that it usually at sea or someplace where we can see it. If there were ships coming in, there was a lot of fog or a lot of darkness, that lighthouse, that guidepost would be there to show the way. So that the ships could move forward. And well, you know what? We are like ships. We're like ships passing in the night. And so that beacon of light that is the power and the presence of God, that one presence, that one power, that one light that is our very life, that beacon of light is there for us always. It is that guide, that lighthouse that is always standing tall, standing high, calling us up higher, so that we can see our way. We can find our way out of the darkness. We can find our way into the light. And that's what I'm encouraging us today to do, to find our way to the light. Always look up, keep looking up, no matter what's going on, keep looking up, keep looking up, keep walking forward, keep moving forward. You know, Ernest Holmes says that light was the first great revelation of divine creative energy that called us all into being, all living things into being. That first great revelation of the divine creative energy that called all living things into being. And we were all called into being by God saying, let there be light, and there was light. Let there be light, and there was light. And you know, that light is always right where we are. That light is always right where we are, always surrounding us, always enfolding us, always leading us, always guiding us. And the thing for us to do is to look up to the light, look up to the light, no matter what's going on, no matter what's going on. Acknowledge what's going on, yes, and know that there's that light. There's that light that is there for us always. And that's what we want to do. We want to know that it's there, to follow the light, to allow ourselves to walk in the light, to allow ourselves to walk in the light and to allow it to pull us forward. And so I invite you, let's take a breath right now. I invite you not to walk on the outskirts of the light. Don't be on the outskirts of the light. Walk in the light. There's so many things that would call us back into the darkness. You know, there's so much talk of darkness. There's so much talk of tragedy. There's so much talk of how dire circumstances are. There's so much talk of things that would just pull us down. And what we have to do is to keep looking up and to know that the darkness can be dispelled by the smallest amount of light. The darkness can be dispelled by the smallest amount of light. You know, we've talked about, we've always heard how a small candle can dissipate the darkness. Just the light of a single candle can dissipate the darkness. And, you know, with technology today, just the light from your cell phone can dissipate the darkness. You can be in a dark room and turn the light on your cell phone, or open your phone and turn it on, and there's light. The darkness will be dispelled. So the light is the absence of darkness. And so we're always looking to the light, so that no matter what's going on around us, we can keep walking forward with hope, with possibility, with the knowing that there's that power and that presence that's always with us, is always guiding us, is always directing us, is always moving us forward, that's always protecting us, that is always, always, always guiding us, that is always that beacon of hope for us, that beacon of hope. And so what we want to do is to recognize that darkness is a sign of separation, because it brings us into that place where we are feeling separate from God. We're feeling separate from the all that is. When we are moving into the darkness, it's because we're feeling separate from the light. We're feeling separate from the light. And so when we let go of those things that would separate us, when we let go of those things that keep calling us back, conversations that we have with friends, things that we hear on TV, things that we hear on the news, predictions of what's happening in the world, predictions of what's going to happen in the world, predictions of how bad things are going to be, predictions of all those things that could keep us down and keep us looking down. And so I'm inviting you not to engage in that, not to engage in those conversations, not to engage in those thoughts. Look up to the light, look up to the guidepost, look up to that tower, look up to the lighthouse, and keep walking forward. Keep walking forward, because all the things that are going on now, all the things that are being talked about now, all the things that appear to be of darkness now, all those things are conditions. They're conditions, and they're all temporary. They're all temporary. Everything is temporary. Everything is temporary. The only thing that is permanent, the only thing that is changeless, is the power and the presence of God. That one mind, that one power, that one presence is that which is changeless, that which is permanent, that which has no beginning and no end. And so when we can keep that in mind and keep things in perspective, we get to know that all the things that are going on now, no matter how dire they seem, they will pass. And this too shall pass. And this too shall pass. No matter what it is, it's temporary. I think back on last year, this time we were preparing for the installation. Last year, this time, everything was exciting. Everything, we were really excited in our community. We were really excited. We were really preparing for it. We were really going for it. And it was a wonderful time. It was a wonderful time. And we all enjoyed it. And it was just a wonderful marriage between the community and me. And it was a wonderful, wonderful experience. And it was temporary. The celebration was temporary. Every celebration that we have is temporary. Every negative condition we have is temporary. And so when we stay in the light, when we recognize that the only permanent thing, the only changeless is God, then we can remind ourselves to stay in the light, follow the light. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do today is follow the light, walk in the light. And as we walk in the light, our consciousness becomes illuminated. And as our consciousness becomes illuminated, then we get a chance to experience more freedom in our lives. We get a chance to experience more freedom because the light comes from within. Even though there's a light that if we were using the lighthouse metaphor or the lighthouse analogy, then that light is outside. It appears to be outside, but I'm talking about that light that is within us. That light that is within us, that light that never dims, that never, it may appear to be dimmed by those things that we allow to cover it over, those things that we can allow to cover it over, like negativity, hatred, anything that we think of that's darkness, anything that we think of that's blame, judgment, fear, all that stuff, doubt, all that stuff. All those are the things that condemn that light within us, that condemn that light within us. But when we allow that light to shine within us, when we allow that light to shine within us, then everything else is dispelled because the darkness is dispelled by the light, as I said before. The darkness is dispelled by the light. And so the thing for us to do is to decide to be intentional about walking in the light. To be intentional, to be mindful, to pay attention to what you're saying, to pay attention to what you're thinking, to pay attention to how you're interacting with others, to pay attention to how you're living your life, how you're living your life, how you're walking through this life, how you're engaging with your children, how you're engaging with your spouse, how you're engaging with your friends, how you're engaging with coworkers, how you're engaging with yourself. And the question always is, am I of the light right now? Am I walking in the light right now? It's what I'm saying right now. Is this of the light? It's what I'm thinking right now. Is this of the light or is this of darkness? Is this of darkness? Because if it is, then it keeps us feeling separate. It keeps us bound. It keeps us from being free to live our lives and to live the life that we were created to live. Yes, things that are going on now are not what we would have chosen for ourselves, but it's where we are. And so just being where we are, we can be free right where we are. We can be happy right where we are. We can be joy-filled right where we are. We can be love-filled right where we are. We can experience our best life right where we are. Because the only time we have is now, ever, no matter what's going on. The only time we have is now. And so rather than looking to experience our best lives down the road, experience our best lives right now. Because this is the only time we have. Experience our best lives right now. Ernest Holmes also says that as the light dawns, as the inner light dawns in our consciousness, then it frees up the outer life. It frees our outer life. It delivers the outer life from bondage. As the inner light dawns, it delivers the outer life from bondage. That's what he said. As the inner light dawns, it delivers the outer life from bondage. It delivers the outer life from bondage because when we are walking in the light, we are free. We are free of all those things that would hold us back. We're free of all those things that would hold us back. So be in the light, walk in the light, and then allow your light to shine. Allow your light to shine. Sometimes, we will hide our lights under a bushel because we don't want to outshine somebody else. Have you ever been in that position? You don't want to outshine somebody else, or maybe that's too much, or maybe if I do this, that's going to be too much, or maybe if I do that, if I act a particular way, or if I allow myself to be all that I'm created to be, and to follow that guidance that is showing me how to show up now, then that might be too much because so-and-so is not doing this, or my sister's not doing the same thing, or not living the same way, or my brother or my spouse or my parents, or whatever the case may be. Allow your light to shine. Allow your light to shine. Because with your light shining, it encourages the light of others. It encourages others to do the very same thing. When you are being all that you were created to be, when you're allowing your light to shine as brightly as it can shine, it's not shining all over anybody else, it's just shining. It's just shining. And when you allow that to happen, then it just may encourage others to allow their lights to shine. And as we all can allow our lights to shine, that's how we dispel the darkness all around us. That's how we dispel the darkness all around us. So dare to let your light shine. Dare to do those things that you really are good at. Dare to do those things that really speak to your heart. Dare to do those things that really may put you out front, put you in the spotlight. But dare to do those things that you're being guided, you're being directed to do. Dare to be all that you were created to be. Dare to be in the light. Dare to be in the light. Dare to walk in the light. Dare to let your light shine. Dare to find out what it is, how it is that your light is supposed to shine. And then allow it to just shine, shine, shine. And then shine some more. Allow yourself to be in that place. Allow yourself to be in that place. And when we can be in that place of allowing that inner light to shine through us, when we can be in that place, then we get to the place where we can be the light. We can be the light. We can actually be the light. That light that is within, because we're all lit from within. The light comes from within because we're talking about God's light, the only light that is. And so we're all lit from within. I like to say that babies are lit from within. You can tell the way they smile and the way they have all this light around them. We're all lit from within. It's just that as adults, as we go through this life, other things can happen that kind of cover it up, that kind of dims our lights. But when we can remember that we are lit from within, then we can let go of the judgment. We can let go of the unforgiveness. We can let go of the hatred. We can let go of the blame. We can let go of the shame. We can let go of the guilt. We can let go of all that stuff. All that stuff that has piled on and dimmed our lights. We can let all that go. And when we let all that go, then we can be the light. We can be the light. We can actually be the light. We can be the light. The light overcomes the darkness. The light overcomes the darkness. And as Ernest Holmes says, the light overcomes the darkness, not by combating the darkness, but by just being exactly what it is, light. The light overcomes the darkness, not by combating the darkness, but by being exactly what it is, light. And so we can be the light, not by combating, not by fighting, not by resisting, not by doing anything other than just being the light. And what we have to do is to remember that we have to stay close to our source, our light source, stay close to that light source, stay close to that source so that we are constantly being recharged, so that we're, the source of our light is God. And as we are close to that light source, we are constantly recharged. We are constantly recharged. We're constantly recharged. Every time we forgive somebody, we are recharged. Every time we forgive ourselves, we are recharged. Every time we practice love, every time we practice kindness, every time we extend kindness to someone else or to ourselves, every time we practice the golden rule, every time we do anything that is of the light, then we are recharging. We are recharging. We are recharging. We are reconnecting. We're reconnecting. We're reconnecting. We're reconnecting with our source. And when we reconnect with that light source, when we recharge, then our light shines even more brightly. And we become, when we decide to be the light, then we become the beacons of light. We become the beacons of light. We can become that beacon of light that stands on a hill for others to follow, that pulls others forward, that guides others. When we decide to be the light and be in that place of high consciousness, that's how we get to that hilltop. Be in that place of high consciousness, allowing our consciousness to be illuminated. When we decide to really be in that place, then others can see our lights, and they can be guided by the light that we are holding as an example. They can see our light, and then they follow that light. Because sometimes it's our light that guides others out of darkness. Sometimes it's our light that gives others hope. Sometimes it's our light that makes others see that it's possible to live a different kind of life. It is our light sometimes that helps others to see that, yeah, there is a power greater than I am. There is a power in the universe that I can use. Yes, there is an opportunity for me to change my life. There is an opportunity for me to change my thinking. There is an opportunity for me to live a different way. There is an opportunity for me to walk in the light rather than walking on the outskirts of the light. There is an opportunity for me to have peace in my life. There is an opportunity. There's a possibility. There is a possibility of me having peace. There is a possibility of me experiencing joy again, no matter what has happened. There is a possibility of having joy in my life again, because all of these things are part of the light. All of these things are a part of the light. So when we can walk forward, just being the light, being that guidepost, being that beacon of light, being that beacon of hope, then that's how we really get to live in oneness. That's how we really get to live in oneness. That's how we really get to live the lives that we were created to live. That's how we really get a chance to be what we were created to be all that we were created to be, and to have others see us and know that they have seen that one power and that one presence that is present, that is the life of each and every one of us. And so that's what I'm inviting you to do today. That's what I'm inviting you to do today. You know, when I was at Agape, the Agape choir used to sing a song called the Light Chant. It was open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Open your heart, let the Lord have its own way. Be in the light, God's will is the way. Let faith be your sight. Let faith be your sight. God's will is the way. Be in the light, oh, be in the light. And then it ends with, you are the light. You are the way. You are the light. You are the way, because the only way that God can express for us is by expressing through us. The only way that God can express for us, work for us, is by working through us. And so if we are at one with God, if we are at one with that light, then that light works and shines so brightly for others by shining through us. And as it shines through us, it calls up unto us all those who are walking in darkness, all those who need a light, all those who need a companion to walk this walk with them, all those who need to move out of the outskirts of light, the outskirts of love, the outskirts of peace, the outskirts of hope, which is where so many people are today. So if we let our light shine, no matter how small you may think it is, when we let our light of compassion shine, when we let our light of kindness shine, when we let our light of good works shine, when we let our light of prayer, move us forward and go out into the world, go into divine mind, then the world is lifted up. The world is shown the way. And we become beacons of light. We become beacons of light in this world that is showing the way, that is holding fast to what we know to be the truth, that we are each and all made in the image and likeness and out of pure spirit itself. and that there's nothing that can change that. And if we are made in the image and likeness and out of God itself, God is light, then that means that we are light. And if we are light, then we open up and just allow it to shine. That healing light shines. That healing light that shines, that lifts others up, and shows them the way. And so I invite you today to be that beacon of light that you were created to be, according to your own uniqueness, however you are being called to be the light. Follow that call, answer that call, say yes to that call. Say yes to that call to be that beacon of light that lights up the world. Let's take a breath as we move into prayer. So just moving into that place of knowing and sensing and feeling the presence of God, that knowing and sensing and feeling the only light that is, knowing and sensing and feeling this onlyness, this only mind, the only power, the only presence, the only life, the only light that is. This onlyness is my very life. This onlyness is the life of each of us here this day. And so I speak a word for each of us this day that we are each called to walk in the light. We are each called to be the light. And as this word has been spoken, I'm knowing that we are releasing anything and everything that would block that light, that would dim that light in any way. We release the judgment, we release the fear, we release the anger, we release doubt, we release anything that would keep us feeling separate from the all that is, feeling separate from that which created us, feeling separate from that only power that is our very life. And as we release and let go of that, I know that healing is happening in each and every life. I know that comfort is happening where there's grief. I know that there's healing happening in the body temples. I know that there's abundance and prosperity where there appears to be lack and limitation. As that is released in abundance and prosperity and all needs being met, it's happening for each and every person right here and right now. And I know that we each can walk forward in faith. Each can walk forward in knowing that God is always right where we are, always guiding, always directing, always showing us the way, always protecting, always lifting us up, always comforting. That power and that presence is always, always, always guiding, directing, always right where we are. And so I'm just knowing absolutely this word is going out right now to anyone who has lost a loved one, anyone who's affected by COVID-19, anyone who's affected by loss of any kind, that God, the great comforter, is right where each one is, comforting and healing a broken heart, comforting and healing minds, comforting and healing broken spirits. And that each and every one of us is moving into wholeness, moving into oneness, and just allowing that healing presence of God to move in and through every situation, every circumstance, and knowing that everything is working together for good right here and right now. Everything is working together for good right here and right now. And that divine light within each of us is shining ever so brightly, touching the dark corners, shining ever so brightly, healing everything, that radiant light of God. And so as I open the circle of prayer, I pause momentarily so that you may speak the names of anyone you'd like held in prayer this day. You may speak their names silently or loud, and you may speak them now. And so for all those whose names were spoken here this day, I just know that God is in the midst of everything. God is right where each person is, guiding and directing, healing, protecting. This prayer goes out to anyone needing a prayer on this planet this day, knowing that in the midst of everything, God is. That powerful presence of God is everywhere, 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 and all indeed is well. No matter what the appearance may be, all indeed is well, for God is in the midst. And so I simply say, thank you, Father, Mother God. Thank you for the word spoken. Thank you for the perfect manifestation of the word spoken. Thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the light. Thank you for the light that you are and the light that we be. Thank you. And so it is. Thank you, David. And so let's move now into our offering time. This is the time that we give of our tithes and offerings here at Creative Living Fellowship. And as you know, Creative Living Fellowship is a tithing church. So we invite you to participate in that sacred practice with us by tithing right here at Creative Living Fellowship. You can do that by clicking the donate button on our website or clicking on the donate link in the comments. You can also text to give at the number that's on the comments also. However you give, we certainly appreciate your continued support of Creative Living Fellowship. So why don't we say now our offering blessing together? Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I circulate. Thank you, God. And so it is. And now here's Darius again.
Today's songs are all about love and happiness. This is an oldie but a goodie, so sing along if you know this. Think of your fellow man, lend him a helping hand, put a little love in your heart. You see it's getting late, oh please don't hesitate, put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. Yes, this world is gonna be a better place for you and me. You just wait and you see. Another day goes by and still the children cry. Put a little love in your heart. If you want the world to know, we won't let hatred grow. Put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. Yes, this world gonna make it a better place for you and me. You just wait in your seat. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart for you and me. You just wait in your seat. Take a good look around, and if you're feeling down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide, kindness will be our guide. So put a little love in your heart, and the world will be a better place. Yes, this world is gonna be a better place for you and me. You just wait and you'll see. Put a little love in your heart. Put a little love in your heart.
Thank you, Darius. We love you too. We're so glad you're back with us, and we hope to see you soon, real soon, as a matter of fact. Let's take a breath together as I have a few closing announcements this morning. One of which is our Christmas Eve service. Christmas Eve when is Christmas Eve? Thursday. Christmas Eve is Thursday at 6:00. We invite you to join us for our Christmas Eve service. We will have music and readings and a little talk and a little love, a little joy, and a little light, and a little peace. So we invite you to join us for that. And of course, we will have our candle lighting service at the end. So that's at 6:00 on Thursday evening, Christmas Eve. The other announcements for today are the youth ministry meets at noon today. So you can drop your kids off at the youth ministry while you go Christmas shopping in the other room on Amazon or wherever you like to do your Christmas shopping. And the fellowship time with practitioner Jeannie Sovereigns is today also immediately after the service. So if you'd like to have some time to connect and fellowship with other congregants and friends, then please do so by joining Jeannie Sovereigns at the fellowship time immediately after service. And of course, be sure you stop by the practitioner prayer room, the Zoom prayer room. There's an opportunity for you to have individual prayer, private prayer with a practitioner. Don't walk around with a heavy heart when you can get prayer from one of our practitioners who are anxious to pray with you in the Zoom room, individually, one-on-one prayer. If you don't want to do that, you can't do that today, you can send an email to the practitioner core. They pray over your prayer request for 30 days. And you can send an email prayer request to prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com, prayer@creativelivingfellowship.com. Or you can, I shouldn't say, or you can do all three. You can also call an on-call practitioner, and their numbers, contact information, names are all listed on our website. So the point that I'm making is this can be a difficult time to move through. Take advantage of the fact that we have practitioners who are available to pray with you and to sit with you and to continue to hold you in prayer throughout this time. The Congregant Care Ministry is also available to support you. If you're needing support, you can reach out to the Congregant Care Ministry at care@creativelivingfellowship.com. That's care@creativelivingfellowship.com. So as we take a breath, I'm going to remind you to use the treatment for supply. Continue to use it twice a day. It's really important that we continue to pray. And that's what the treatment for supply is. It's a prayer. It's a very comprehensive prayer. It's a community prayer. And I encourage you to continue to use it as we go through this time of light and peace and harmony and joy and balance and all that. And very importantly, as we go through this time, stay connected. Reach out to each other. Reach out with the Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Reach out with an I love you, I miss you. Reach out with an email or a text message or a phone call or however it is, or all of the above. All of the above. But just reach out to each other during this time and just continue to surround each other in light, in love, in peace, in harmony, in joy, and all that good stuff. So thank you all for joining me. I know that you had a lot of options, as I said, and I'm glad that you chose us this morning. We are so happy to spend this time with you. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait for us all to be together again. Meanwhile, it's wonderful to get to see you on Zoom. We have our Tuesday connection call, now that I'm thinking about it, on Zoom on Tuesday evening from 6:30 to 7:45. So you can join us and connect with us before Christmas. You can connect with us before the end of the year. We would love to see you. We'd love to have an opportunity to spend time with you. Thank you very much. I love you. Here's our closing song, I release and let go.
I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life and my heart.